Beauty of Joseon released yet another sunscreen, the Daily Tinted Fluid Sunscreen. I'm going to say it up front. I am not a fan of most tinted sunscreens. If we haven't met, I'm Dr. Sarah Sheu, and I'm a board certified dermatologist practicing in the US. So, is this another dud, or is this the rare tinted sunscreen that I'll actually like? But first, let's get into the basics. The Beauty of Joseon Daily Tinted Fluid Sunscreen offers SPF 40 protection against UVB or burning radiation, and it's designated as broad spectrum, which indicates protection against UVA or aging rays, in addition to UVB radiation. I bought mine for $20 on Amazon from the Beauty of Joseon storefront. I'm a little bit paranoid about buying fake personal care products on Amazon, so I'm always careful to check the sold by section on the product pages. You can check out my video on this topic if you're interested. This tinted sunscreen is available in an impressive 12 different shades. They categorize their shades as light, medium, and deep, and within these different categories, they specifically have shades for people with different undertones, including pink undertones, neutral undertones, and also skin with yellow undertones. The shade that I tested is LN110, which is a light neutral shade. Moving on to the UV filters that are in this sunscreen. The advertised US FDA regulated UV filter in this sunscreen is zinc oxide. Because zinc oxide is the only FDA regulated filter in this sunscreen, the company calls it a 100% mineral sunscreen. However, anyone who's watched my channel before or been a follower of Lab Muffin Beauty Science is aware that a lot of so-called mineral sunscreens have ingredients in them that are really similar to chemical UV filters, but they're just different enough that they're not a regulated active sunscreen ingredient. This sunscreen is no different. It has butyl salicylate, which is like the chemical UV filter octisalate. So like a lot of so-called mineral sunscreens out there, I actually consider this to be more of a hybrid sunscreen. Another ingredient that I wanted to call attention to is olive oil. Olive oil is a popular skincare ingredient because people want to use chemicals on their skin that are safe enough to eat. I understand that. But every time I see olive oil on a product ingredients list, I'm always reminded of this study that was published in 2013 in the journal Pediatric Dermatology. Olive oil can impair the integrity of the stratum corneum, which is the outermost layer of our skin. So it's not really my natural oil of choice when it comes to skincare. Another fun fact. What do you think this tool was used for? In ancient Greece, olive oil was used to clean the skin. You'd pour it all over your skin, rub it all around, and then use this tool called a strigil to scrape the olive oil and sweat off your skin. Facts like this make me think that living in ancient times must have been kind of stinky. Next, I want to share what I like about this sunscreen. It's really lightweight, which is a big plus in my book. It has minimal fragrance or odor to it, which I also appreciate. And I was worried at first by how rich the color looked on my fingers, but it applies more sheer than I expected, which was a big relief to me. Even when I applied a lot of it, it still didn't give me clown face. And you can tell me your thoughts. I have a ton of it on my face, and I don't think I look like a clown, but you can let me know, I guess. And this is really, your mileage may vary, but I experienced no eye irritation immediately after application or throughout the day. I also liked the finish. It looks and feels silky. It gives me a slight sheen, but it doesn't cross the line and start to make me look oily or shiny. Other things that I appreciate about this sunscreen, the fact that there are 12 different shade options, that is so much more than most tinted sunscreens that are out there. I suspect that this sunscreen is made for the US market, which has its downsides. I'll get to that later. But the plus sides to that are that the expiration date formatting is easy to understand. Back in the day when K-beauty products were more niche, some people would see the manufacture date on the packaging and mistake this for the expiration date. So people would get confused and think that their brand new products were already expired. And because this sunscreen contains only US FDA approved filters, you can easily buy it on retailers in the US like Amazon. Next, let's get into the cons. This is a little bit nitpicky, but I didn't understand why they only sealed the box that it comes in on one side. For personal care products, it's important to me that the product hasn't been tampered with and that I could verify that, especially since there's no tamper seal on this product. I was able to open the box using the bottom flap, and the box still looks pristine and brand new. Next, I love that this product has 12 shade options, but this brand doesn't have a big physical footprint, so you'll just have to try your best to find a good shade match with what you read online. You can't just walk into Nordstrom and try on the different shades. Finally, and this is my biggest one, like CanMake, Beauty of Joseon has run into a problem. They can't officially sell their sunscreens containing non-FDA approved ingredients in the US, and they're too big to fly under the radar like the smaller companies do. That includes their most popular sunscreen, the Relief Sun. You'll find third-party sellers on Amazon offering lookalikes of the Relief Sun like this one. This one I thought was kind of funny. I love how the logo in this image just says sun cream in Korean rather than the actual logo, which is Joseon Minya, or Beauty of Joseon in the Korean language. But the actual Beauty of Joseon US storefront cannot carry their sunscreens with these modern UV filters because they haven't been approved by the US FDA. The Japanese brand CanMake worked around this inconvenient fact by just repackaging their mermaid skin gel that contains the same ingredients as their sunscreen sold overseas, including the same non-approved filters, and now it's just sold as a makeup product, like a primer. Wink? It's not a sunscreen, but it is a sunscreen. But Beauty of Joseon's strategy is a little bit different. They're formulating US filter only products. That includes the Daily Relief Sunscreen, which is a chemical sunscreen without tint, and this brand new tinted option. To some people, this is a plus, but US only filters means that we're missing out on some of the enhanced UVA coverage that the newer UV filters used in Europe and Asia offer. If this sunscreen had these newer filters, I think this sunscreen would not only have had superior UVA protection, but also higher SPF or UVB protection as well, with just as much, if not better, cosmetic elegance. And that, to me, is the biggest downside to this sunscreen, but I understand why they did it. So who do I think this sunscreen would work well for? People who are looking for a tinted hybrid sunscreen that offers an expanded variety of color options and is easy to purchase in the US. It offers okay UV protection and gives a little coverage without giving you clown face. Overall, I really like this tinted sunscreen and it's one of my favorites. Do you have a favorite tinted sunscreen? If so, I would love to hear about it in the comments, or if you've tried this product, please share your shade and other products that match your skin tone well so that other people can get ideas for what might work for their skin tone. Thanks for watching, and if you like content like this, consider checking out my other sunscreen reviews. Thank you.